Welcome to Your Moving Mind, where we talk about mindful movement, small habits that make you a better person, how to learn, change and grow, and how to express ourselves fully in body, mind and spirit. Your Moving Mind with your host, Michael Landau. Some people are more certain of everything than I am of anything. Rubin. A couple of weeks ago, I was working with some colleagues on organizing a joint activity. I put in some time and energy. I was the one with the most experience in organizing online activities. Configuring the conference needed some tweaking because it was a whole day activity with different hosts, that kind of stuff. The technical details don't really matter. I had to consult the tutorials and fiddle with the configurations. It wasn't that obvious. It took some time. I figured out a way to schedule and configure a Zoom call that would fit our needs. I wrote it briefly in our group chat. It works, it's done, this is what you need to do to join in and become a host or whatever. The moment I turned my back, things changed rapidly. There were comments like, we tried it, it didn't work, so we had to do something else. The quicker souls in the group then spent quite some time on configuring a new session that was really not adequate and unsafe. I felt ignored, unheard, overlooked. I was pissed off. When I was done being offended, I figured out that we've had a communication problem and that I had something to do with it. Yes, I wrote briefly and clearly how it works and considered it done. I'm sure my colleagues didn't read my comment. Not really. They may have skimmed through it. They clearly didn't follow my instructions. But my comment was not done from a place of leadership. There is a certain tone, even in written messages, that makes people stop and listen. When you know the right thing to do, you take a position of leadership. I clearly didn't do that. My comment was easy to ignore. I belong, no doubt, to a certain group of people, usually called introverts. Introverts recharge their batteries by being alone. Extroverts need to recharge when they don't socialize enough. This is a basic distinction made by Susan Cain in her beautiful book on the introvert mindset called Quiet. But there are less obvious differences between the two types. Extroverts speak faster and louder. They have a ready answer for everything, and they tend to speak with authority and certainty, even when they lack essential information to make a good decision. Introverts tend to doubt more, see the issue from different angles, and debate with themselves. They require more information and more time to make decisions. So they often sound doubtful, unsure, or hesitant. I have to think before I speak, because I don't have certainty very often. I have deep respect for words, I appreciate clarity. If I don't have anything to say that is worthwhile, I keep quiet. Very often I stay quiet even when I have something clever to say, simply because I'm not quick enough or my voice is not loud enough. Introverts' voice is softer and they speak more slowly. Research can measure it. This makes them less likely to be seen as leaders. The great majority of politicians are extroverts. Charismatic leaders are usually extroverts. They inspire more trust, it seems, because they radiate certainty and authority. The problem is that their speed and tone of speech have absolutely nothing to do with how intelligent they are or how clever their decisions are. In some cases, you need a quick, confident decision maker. In many cases, a slower thinker who listens to different opinions and weighs different possibilities would make better decisions. And these people don't get nearly enough representation in politics, business, or public affairs. The result is, much too often, lousy decisions made by people who sound like they know exactly what they're doing, but don't. It seems that we are talking two different languages. Extroverts must learn to listen better and just keep quiet long enough for others to sneak in a word or two. Us introverts, we must learn to raise our voices when the occasion calls for it, especially in moments where we do have certainty, which does happen. In my case with my colleagues, I had it absolutely clear what we should do and how it is done. And I communicated it in a feeble way that made it easy to be looked over. So, I get it. If I am to become a leader of some sort, I have some work to do. It's curious. I believe most people who find what I have to say interesting are introverts. This is my impression. Maybe I should raise my voice some more to get some extroverts to tune in. See you next time!